He said he wasn't playing. He said that the main event structure was too grueling, but he just couldn't help himself. He had to play the main event. Here as Highway to Hellmuth, the 1989 World Series of Poker main event champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the poker brat, Phil Hellmuth Jr.
Highway to Hellmuth. The question being, is he going to make a big run in the main event this year? Well, he sure looks tough with the long hair. I gotta say, I hope he keeps this look for the whole main event. Is he gonna sing the actual classic song here? That's what I'm wondering here, as photographers and camera personnel are just...
That's a... Phil Hellmuth the third is looks like a guitar player behind him.
Are we singing?
It's the highway to hell.
You got the kids.
Bring it in, D-Nex. Bring it in.
You got the kids. Good stuff, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 17-time World Series of Poker main event and bracelet champion, the Mr. Phil Hellmuth Jr., the rock star himself.
Phil Hellmuth, who is bringing his son into play, who brought a guitar. Might we get a little solo action? Phil Hellmuth with the mic. I wonder if he's going to actually break into song here on the main stage as the players awaiting him at the main table here.
All right, here we go.
Probably wondering what the heck is going on.
Everybody keeps coming.
They keep coming. Bet Rivers.
At least Jungleman is not on a chain this year, Donnie.
No, but Jungleman's there.
Oh my God. Good.
All right, so everyone's getting lined up here. I'm sure they've got something prepared here as the bracelet representatives are all lining up.
I guess so.
Oh, there's Jungleman.
I liked it more when people complained. You know what I mean? They're like,
Put on a show.
I liked it more when we played. All right, this is great. Come on, Jungle, show us your guitar. Come on, what do you got? Philip, what do you got, Philip? Come on. Chris, you're the musician. All right, Frankie. All right, we ready? Okay. All right, not yet. In about 10 seconds.
They're letting you film it?
Oh. Can I have that pathwater?
Oh, yes, sir. Number 18.
Oh, pathwater. I'm going to get one for all of you guys at the final table. Whoa. I had this 2 days ago.
Good stuff?
Because Negreanu's drinking it, and I'm about to sign a deal with them. And it was tasted so good. I've been drinking plastic all summer. So they're bringing 8 bottles. Bring them up. Give them to the crowd. Give them to the final table players here. See if you like it. It's very clean. Yes.
Phil Hellmuth, well hydrated this year at the main event. Of course, that is part of what it takes to make a big run, is to stay hydrated here. As
label out.
I'm waiting for the Jungleman guitar solo here.
See if you like it.
All right.
Thanks, Phil, for the $30,000 water.
True.
There's truly nothing like a Phil Hellmuth main event entrance. I don't even know what to say. Thing as we go back to our main feature table. By the way, Leo Marget's here at the feature table. One of the most notable players from Spain. Marget's has been around for a long time.
I've actually had the pleasure this year of playing in a cash game with Poker Mama. Super talented, really sweet woman, great player, capable of a lot of high-level bluffs. And you know what's great about her? She loves poker. She's a fan of the game. She wants to get better, loves playing. Best of luck to you, Poker Mama.
DeSantis and Marget's on the turn meanwhile. 12K in the middle. Marget's, by the way, a bracelet winner, took down the closer back in 2021. She rose to poker fame back in 2009 when she finished 27th in the main event for $350,000.
She's sponsored by Winamax?
It appears so.
That's 5,500.
This is an argument I've had with pros this series. You know, I'm a big shot clock guy. We've talked about it, Donnie and I have talked about it in bigger buy-ins. I don't know if it can get implemented in the main event, but almost every 10K plus should have a shot clock. if there's any tournament that shouldn't, maybe it's this one, just because it's a big moment for a lot of these people. And look at this. DeSantis is, look at this. He's calling.
So what's the game plan here?
Well, that's the wow.
Oh, wow.
The game plan is it's going to go check, check. And Margaret's is going to be thrilled to back into an ace here. She's not going to value bet.
Oh, wow. He's going to lead.
Look at this. Wow, it's like a block bet. And now DeSantis bets 6,100. Margaret's at this point. It's funny because she doesn't even like her hand right now the way that this is played out.
She'd be much happier to continue bluffing on a blink.
Yes, you know. But again, you're watching why this is such a great tournament. You can watch all the high rollers. You're never going to see a hand being played the way DeSantis is playing this right now. Super unorthodox. And now Margits has absolutely no clue. She moves in.
Oh, my God. Leo
She
Margetts with
moves.
the shove.
Wow.
18,600.
This is unbelievable. What a shove.
Welcome to the main event. Wow. Margetts not intimidated by the tiger hoodie.
Where's DeSantis from?
From Salem, Oregon.
I love it.
Let's see what he has to say.
I really think he's going to fold.
He is sick to his stomach.
I think he's going to
Wanna be a
fold.
hero?
Can I be a hero, he
Live
says.
another day.
Or live another day.
He wants the call, but he doesn't want to be broke in the main event on day
I
one.
blame him.
He doesn't
You're
want to
gonna
go
lay
home
down
to
best hand,
Oregon and
Mark?
tell his family, I'm broke on day one of the main event.
You're going to lay down the best hand, aren't you?
Tensions in it. So, but from the history of me
Play on
playing,
purpose. Lay
this
mud
is
on
the one
purpose.
tournament where I would
Folding.
let them
Oh,
live.
he folds.
That was hard fold.
He folds.
And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Hollywood made the wrong decision, but I don't totally fault him. You have to give flowers to Margits here.
Nice
That
bet.
was a next level play.
With,
be great.
I,
I
don't even
think
know what
it'd
the
be
kids
great.
raise these days, but I'm
You
going to do
just-
1,500.
The only problem with that
All the
is,
best.
for example, like I would like
I'll
to
show
bet
you.
on someone like Hellmuth, right? But I know he's not going to play from the start. For someone like Daniel, you know he's going to be grinding early.
Well, you're going to find out. Maybe the hard way.
It's just
I don't know.
poker's just so different. There's so many unknowns. People are in different
I'll
tournaments.
show you one card. I don't know about two. That's a lot of information.
Negreanu here flops a wheel draw.
Start things off with 12.
Goes for about 1/3. I expect Sada to call one here.
He's still coming. Okay, you want change? Here.
See what the turn
Okay.
brings.
There's your change. Do I get the, what do I get back? Anything? No, I got your 5.
He goes check, check here on the turn. And look at this, Negreanu makes a wheel.
$5,900 in the middle here on the end. Daniel shoots a look over.
One of the reasons I love Negreanu in this tournament is he's so
I'll show
comfortable
you either
playing
way.
against so many different type of opponents. He's also, you know, my theory on Negreanu in this tournament is, as he continues to drink his wine, people will play differently against him in this tournament.
Oh, I've left you. I just had 1, 2, 3, 4. I had the low. I had a low. You had the high, right?
Go to playpokergo.com where the action never stops, and now you can chase your share of 1 million in gold every single hour. Jump into our free rolls on the half hour every single hour. No buying, no catch, just your run and your shot at some gold. Tournaments, ring games, and the all-new No Gamble, No Future sit and goes with the wheel of the game. It is all waiting. Play now at playpokergo.com, available on web, iOS, and Android. So one.
People appreciate when I make a comment on a good play or even a bad play, and I think it needs to be heard, the truth. I think a lot of people sugarcoat things a lot and just say what they don't really want to say necessarily, But in these moments, I want the viewers to actually watch what I believe is good play and poor play.
Negreanu here making it 1,500, and he's got a customer from pocket aces, and Hamilton here hitting a set of aces again, second time here. But you know, to your point, Blez, it is important to also put into context that you have the skills, the accolades, the history in the game to say things like that, right? You have that to sort of back up why you're saying certain things, and I think that's also important to know. You know, I'm not going to go around and spout out those things, even though I have my own opinions, just because I don't have the accolades. I don't have the history in the game, so it is cool that you have the foundation behind all of it to come to those conclusions and to give us a spicy take every now and then, which is what makes this broadcast good.
And I appreciate that, and I feel like my history of pretty much playing almost anyone in the world head up allows me to make that comment. But as we continue on the action here, this is probably the fifth time we have seen someone have aces at the feature table.
Set over set, quads versus full house.
And now the problem is, for Brewer, it's even harder for him to get away when that second ace rolls off. Because in his eyes, the only hand he could think he's losing to here is ace-10, or maybe even 10-10. But Hamilton, he must be asking himself, what does my opponent have when I have 4 aces here as he bets 5,000? And then the river produces a king here. Let's see how big.
I love the check again from Hamilton, just checking quads on the river again, letting Brewer do the betting.
And I can't imagine Brewer not putting his opponent all in when he only has 12,000 in chips. And he bets 5.
Wow. Action back on Hamilton with quad aces. We're going to see the all-in check raise. He's going to go for maximum value, but what an insane cooler here as Brewer, with a full house, only has to call an additional 7,000.
Call?
Call is...
Second.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Pocket force.
Nice.
Aces twice. Oh.
You had all the 4s. I had the king and the 10. You had all the aces. That's wild. What a board.
Times aces already.
I'm back, baby.
You're back.
Of course. I'm going to be using the WSOP Plus app to buy in, which is the best thing in the universe to do, by the way. Although, listen, I will say, prior to this year, and I've talked about this with Jeff Platt, but there was something about going to the window and getting the physical ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there was something about it, right? So I thought coming into this year, maybe I would miss that. I really don't miss it at all. I mean, it's just click a couple buttons, you're in there, you're good to go. It really is incredible.
Well, we got some action here. It was a cow making it 1,600 with 9s. Rigby makes the call.
73.
King 10.
73.
Blazewski 7,300 with ace king, and now Caballo with jacks next to act in the small blind.
15-3.
And he makes it 15,300. So we have a cold 4-bet from the small blinds. Hello. That looks fairly strong.
Oh, Matt, you want a Corona? I don't know why my wife's bringing you beer.
Donnie, which hands would you cold 4-bet with from the small blind?
What's your name? Steve.
Probably queens, kings, aces, and ace kings suited. I might extend that to ace king off or jacks, depending on the players at the table.
She likes Maddie. That's why I got one.
I know before I said that, I was like...
A little sip of that Coors for Brooks. Beer level enacted. Someone get Dan Smith on the phone. Bring out a tray of Coronas.
Milwaukee's best.
It's encouraged.
I don't know.
No, Michelob Ultra.
Nobody won't know it's me if I don't have a beer.
Scotty Wynn, baby.
Any of it. Bring it back.
Right?
Caballo is going to fire 8,300 with jacks
I thought you
on
were
this
drinking Coke and
ace
something.
6 queen flop. Donnie, is Caballo getting out of hand here with both the 4-bet and the continuation bet here?
That is refreshing.
Maybe a tiny bit. You know, the 4-bet with jacks isn't the craziest thing in the world. And then I do expect him to continue on a large majority of flops because, you know, he's going to have presumed range advantage and a lot of points. You know, with an ace-high flop like this, you know, he himself can have a lot of queens, aces, ace-king. You know, maybe he is cold 4-betting with ace-queen. you know, we don't know, but these players might have a better feel on things. Does look like now, with another overcard to those jacks, he's going to be shutting this one down. How about that? Just, you know, just go check, check, bink.
Wow. So Caballo with the cold 4-bet, then the C-bet, and somehow stumbles his way into a rivered Broadway. What a way to make it happen.
Yeah, I am a bit surprised to see Plazutsky check back at the rate at which he did. Check back very quickly. And now we know what it ultimately cost him. And he can just go for all of it. Yes, sir.
Caballo shoves 30,000 on the river, and what is Plazevsky supposed to do here?
Well, he hates his life, so he's going to do that first. Second, I mean, there really does feel like one hand that your opponent has that plays it this way, and that is pocket jacks, which that is exactly what Caballo has. Maybe you don't think a lot of players day one of the main pull the cold 4 from the small blind with jacks, but you know, aggressive players are able to dig into their arsenal and find that weapon, and Caballo did. And now, you know, the hand played out like he would have jacks. Of course, as the cold 4-better, he's going to c-bet the flop, check, check, turn, you know, gin on the river.
I mean, Plazevsky
He's
must
gonna see him
think that
anyways.
there's no way his opponent can have a hand like pocket
Showed it hard,
jacks,
too.
but he does find a way to make the fold.
Notice he showed one
Showed
jack.
one jack, yeah, very nice.
15.
But yeah, definitely a way to let off some
Maybe
steam.
I'll pull the Shannon Shore.
Oh.
Just go on a bender if you win.
No, he like stopped drinking for the most part, but what he was doing is he would pack a non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, yeah.
That way he could share, at least in the festivities, you know, that little celebration of getting to the bag with
15.
his table mates.
This shit looks expensive, so I don't know if you want to be spilling any of it.
Kilday involved again with that wonderful name. Queen 8-5. He goes up against Rigby, who has a gut shot straight draw.
22.
I owe you 2.
Kilday with the burger on his chips, but it's 2,200. And Rigby quickly makes the call, drawing to just at 7. Ace of clubs on the turn. Now, if you're Kilday here, a few scary cards coming out right now, but do you slow down and hope that Rigby does the same? Do you bet to sort of protect your hand because Rigby is known to be so loose and aggressive?
I mean, listen, I would be slowing down against Rigby. I wouldn't want to play out of position against him in a lot of spots. It is tricky, so I would just try and navigate cautiously. That said, we already saw with the ace-9 versus the ace-king, when Kilday had the ace-9, he just went betting on the river and bluffed Rigby off the ace-king. And here he's just going to continue blasting away, so maybe he knows his man. Maybe he knows, listen, this is Nick Rigby. Could he have a queen? Sure. Could he have an ace? Of course. Could he also have 6 high? Oh, definitely.
Raise. 15.
And look at Rigby go. This is why it's so tough to, like, this is why I would prefer to just be like in check call mode against Rigby.
This is also why the main event is the greatest tournament in the world, because you can do stuff like this. I have a feeling that Rigby has to be a little more aware of his image because, you know, those images have circulated the internet, and players probably are less likely to sort of just give up to his aggression.
Yeah, you would think, but I don't think we have ever seen Nick Rigby slow down, and I'm not sure we ever will.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he gets looked up much looser.
Yeah, but I don't think he cares. He's got one style, and it's just go.
Well, Kilday is not happy, or at least not able to figure it out just yet. And there we go. Rigby with 6 high gets it done. This is the start of another run. He's up to over 100,000 in chips on day 1B, the main event. So let's see if we can bring the free roll up to 200. Starting in 9 minutes. Play PokerGo.com. Back to the action here, by the way. PK finding 9s. He makes a raise and Jaeger calls.
Call.
Nine, 8 deuce, 2 diamonds. Top set here for Cow. Jaeger with gut shot straight draw. Levine holding one of his outs.
Call.
Cow bets 2200 and Jaeger does make the call in search of a 10. 10 would be a disaster, obviously, for Cow. But instead we get the king of diamonds, which might slow things down a little bit. But I spoke too soon.
61.
Jaeger facing about a 61,000. Adding a flush draw to his outs gives him 25% equity on the turn. And look at this, the call again made by Jaeger. 25%, can he find it? He does find it, oh wow. And look at this, PK with the snap shove, and Jaeger's gonna call it off. Wow, what a cooler. The set of Cow crushed by the straight of Jaeger. And Cow's gonna be eliminated, and he's not gonna have seen this coming at all. That was the look of a man who believed in his double up. Go to playpokergo.com where the action never stops, and now you can chase your share of 1 million in gold every single hour. Jump into our free rolls on the half hour every single hour. No buying, no catch, just your run and your shot at some gold. Tournaments, ring games, and the all-new No Gamble, No Future sit and goes with the wheel of the game. It is all waiting. Play now at playpokergo.com, available on web, iOS, and Android. So once again, the horseshoe table here. Checking back in as Husni flopping a set of 8s. Rigby with ace-jack in some trouble here.
And Kilday's got bottom set. This is...
I didn't even see that.
This is insanity.
Set over set and top pair.
And the most aggressive guy has the worst of the 3 hands.
And Rigby with the call, and now action on Kilday,
who has tangled a little bit so far that we have seen with Rigby. And now, you know, Kilday, understandably so, is probably sitting there like, oh, I got him.
Yeah, and the check raise incoming probably, right?
So this was raised from Husney, call from Rigby, call from Jaeger, call from Caballo, and then Kilday in the small blind also called. On the flop, Kilday led for 3K.
Oh, and here we come. 16,000 with the check raise. Husney is going to be extremely excited to see this, and he's having his eyes sort of dart around the room to perhaps feign some weakness. But this might be the only way that Rigby really gets saved.
Yeah, and there's just no way, given this line, that Husney doesn't feel he has the best hand 100% of the time. Even if you think your opponent might call 10s out of the small blind, I highly doubt he's ever leading the flop with top set on a texture like this. So, you know, Husney is just absolutely loving this.
But also, because of the small check raise, Husney can call, and it doesn't necessarily have to look like crazy strong.
Players all in.
Oh, but here we go. We're going to move all in. 67,200, and now action on Rigby. Wearing the run good hat. Shout out Tana. This not looking too good for him right now. And there it is. Ace-jack into the muck. Back on Kilday. Kilday having to decide for his tournament life. The set of threes. Oh, he even says it's set over set. Disgusting. He called it. It is indeed set over set. That is just a brutal way to go out.
You guys hear me? Do you want me to?
Kilday in search for a 3 and a 3 only, or else his main event will be done.
Okay. Okay.
Game of poker can be so ruthless.
I like the 9 of hearts and peel that turn. Ace jack of hearts.
Looks as though the final out remaining has already been folded, so Kilday didn't have any chance to survive this, and he'll hit the rail as Husni is now up to 130K. Wow. Coming back to the feature to see this hand, Donnie. Mercer about to accumulate a pile unless Geislinger, who goes by Gunslinger, finds a way to escape here. Action check, by the way, to Kuziv, who has less than 1% equity, and he's going to be the one doing the betting.
Yeah, he was the pre-flop raiser, made it 1,500. Geislinger called out of the small blind. Mercier completed the action out of the big blind. That brings us here to the flop. Check to Kuziv, 1,200 from him. And Geislinger coming with a raise now.
Oh boy.
Can't say I'm a fan of this one.
I mean, how is Mercer going to interpret this, and what are we going to see from him?
5,200.
5,200. Donnie, is there any way for Mercer to make it himself look weaker? Is there any reason for him to make this pot even bigger? And what does the pre-flop action tell us about these ranges? Because this is a very intriguing spot now for Mercer.
Yeah, I would say Mercier is probably less concerned about Kuziv here. You know, he can just be kind of c-betting the flop. He can be betting pairs himself. But if you're Geislinger, you know, can he have ace-10? Yes. Can he have king-10? Yeah, sure. He can also have the jack-10s of the world, the 10-9s of the world. Maybe some 10-8 suited, right? Could he have pocket fives? Most certainly, yes. You know, the thing is for Mercier is that his hand is just too good to give up right now. So, you know, not that you just want to pile the money in. Oh my
Lord. My God, no way. Full house for Geislinger.
Sorry.
Kings full of tens. 16,700 in the middle, and Mercer now staring down a bottomless pit. And it goes check, check. How does he do it? The pot control. Or perhaps setting himself up for a big move on the river.
Maybe some alarm bells just went off when Geislinger check raises and then checks.
Wow. What a hand.
I mean, I mentioned the hand like King 10 is certainly in the range for Geislinger, you know, especially King 10 suited.
Oh, look at this. You can see by Mercer's expression, he just makes the call quickly, and, you know, this is something that, to me, separates the good from the best.
Nice get.
Because I'm telling you, Donnie, I would have lost a whole lot of more chips.
Maybe not. Don't sell yourself too short. This is the WSOP Main Event, right? You know, you're not just piling money in with trips. Okay.
Trips is a good hand. It's hard to make trips. And here we go. Rigby, Donnie, 3-betting with 10-4 offsuit. It's that time of night. Oh, excuse me. Negreanu bagged up 122,500.
Wow, you got it.
Still got it.
Still got it.
After all these years. For those not in the know, I cut my teeth at live reporting way back in the day, counting chips for a living, writing up some hand histories as Rigby continues to force the issue here after 3-betting with 10-4 and now actually having the best of it.
This is quite a big 3-bet. Cavallo made it 1,300. Brooks called. Rigby made it 10,200.
I'm sort of disappointed.
I love Nick Rigby.
I'm so disappointed he didn't make it 10,400 to signal the strength of his hand. I mean, he's got the check mark with 10-4. I'm almost hoping that he has to show this hand. Oh, is he reaching? Oh, this is very interesting. Oh, big two. 22,000. Now, you know that I know that you know that I know. What level are we on here between Caballo and Rigby?
22.
Probably level 4. I mean, Caballo can have jacks here. He could probably have king queen suited. We can see that he can leverage that queen in his hand. Rigby never 1-to-1 full. Never. Saw him take a little bit. Oh, he flicks it in. He makes the call. Look at that.
Rigby with a big call gets the showdown 10-4.
Like magic.
The big rig.
Caballo.
Sticky, very sticky.
Caballo, probably aware of Rigby's reputation, decides to throw a fastball at him, but Rigby makes some good contact, and look at that. All of a sudden, Rigby on 160K.
I think he's got
Are we
all day long,
lined up for a Rigby run?
Yes, of course we are. Come on, it's the main event.